Though this video will be going over chapter 7.2 that is located in your book on page 441, and this is going to go over anything involving quotients. So after this video you should be able to simplify expressions that have division with them. This is not in your book, but this will help us understand how anything with quotients works and to figure out the rule without looking it up. So if we write everything out using its products, we can see that this first one will be written out as 2 times 2 times 2, and that is all over 2 to the first power. So we have 3 2's on top, and there's 1 2 on the bottom. If I would simplify this given the multiplication, I would know that 2 over 2 is just 1, so this could cancel with that. And that would leave me with 2 to the second power. If I work this out, I know 2 to the third power is the same as 2 times 2 times 2, or 8, and I'm dividing that just by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4, which is the same as 2 squared. So it simplifies the same way. I'm going to do another one right here, see any patterns. So that would be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, that's 2 to the fifth power, all over 2 times 2. If I want to cancel everything, that would make a 1. 2 over 2 makes a 1, and another 2 over 2 makes a 1. That leaves me with 2 to the third power. So this is a simplified version of this. You can do the other two examples on your own, and you can just pause the video. If you did those examples, you will see that these are the written out, and these are what it cancels. So all these cancel, and you're left with 3 to the first power. And for this one, these cancel, these cancel, these cancel, and you have 4 to the second power. I hope you picked up one. If you take whatever you were given first and looked at your final answers, all you're doing is subtracting the exponents. As we move on to the book, I am not going to do every example. I'm just going to do the more difficult examples that you can see. At the top of the book, it shows it with variables, and it shows you how you could cancel your variables to get your simplified expression. And that's the same as taking the numerator exponent, subtracting the denominator exponent. This applies for everything except when the base, which is a here, is 0. That has a different situation. So if we look down here, these apply the same rule. Remember, you're subtracting the exponents, but you would keep the same base, and this one does too. These over here are a little more complex, so I'm going to go over number 3 with the answer. This combines the product rules and the quotient rules together. So the first thing you would need to do is figure out what the numerator is in terms of the base of 9. So if we recall, these are multiplying your two exponents, which means you actually add the exponents to get what it is. So 4 and 3 make 7, so that's 9 to the 7th power all over 9 squared. Now that you have this, you can use this rule where it takes the numerator exponent minus the denominator exponent to simplify it. So this would be simplified down to 9 to the 5th. With number 4, I'm just going to give you the first step. This is a numerator, and technically so is this, because we could write this over 1. So your first step is just multiply your numerators across. So you got 9, or y to the 8th power, over y to the 5th power. And then you can use your rule. I'm going to continue on through this section, and we're going to talk about what happens when you take the power of a quotient. So you're taking a whole quotient to a power. If you look here with the example that they have in the middle of page 442, or the top of page 442, you will see that it has a over b all to the 4th power, which would be the same thing as having this 4 times. If we rearrange that, that's 4 a's, or a to the 4th, and 4 b's, which is b to the 4th. So this is similar to our multiplication rule. When you have that exponent on the outside, you're just going to distribute it to everything on the inside. So if we look down here, some of these get pretty complex because they start using all the rules. So we need to be very careful as we do these examples. The first thing we need to realize, I'm going to do number 6, is that this -5 is easier if we would put it in the numerator. So this would be -5 to the third power over y to the third power. Since this is fairly small, we should be able to multiply this out to get the number. So that's -5 times -5, which is a positive 25, times another -5. That's going to be a -125 as your numerator over y to the third. Okay, I'm going to look at the next one. Get my pen up here. And I'm only going to remind you of how to do it. I'm not going to work the whole thing out. Remember that you need to multiply the number that's on the outside with the exponent to each item inside. So that's going to be the x squared. So think about what rule that's going to apply. And it's going to be the 4, and it's going to be the y. So make sure that you're distributing all of that. I will go over number 8 because that's very involved with everything that you need to do. So if we look through here and just kind of scan, you might think that you could just multiply everything together, but there is this exponent on the outside, so we first need to use this rule where we're taking that to the power of everything on the inside. We have to do this very carefully, that we make sure that everything ends up to the third power. So we have a lot of products in here, and we have a quotient as well. So the first thing we need to do is 2 to the third power. Now 2 to the third power is same as 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. Then we're going to do s to the third power. That's s to the third power. Then we'll take the third power to the 3. So 3 times 3 times 3 is the same as 27. And then we have t to the third power, which is t to the third power. Then we're going to leave everything else. There is no exponent here, so that all stays. This then turns into, for at least a little while, it turns into just multiplication across. So when we do that, we have 8 in the numerator. I'm going to write it down here. And we have s to the third, and then t to the fifth. We like to alphabetize these. Then on the bottom, we need to do 27 times 16 first. And 27 times 16 is 432. And then we are going to have just t to the fifth, or t to the third. When we look through this, if there's anything that we can simplify with this, just the numbers we can, you might have noticed like, oh, this 8 and this 16 I could have simplified, and that probably would have made my life a little bit easier that I didn't have to get my calculator out. So I can divide this numerator by 8 and the denominator by 8. So if I do that, I would have 1 in the numerator, and I could write that, but I don't need to because there's going to be other variables up there. And I'm going to have 54 in the denominator because I just divide that by 8 and that by 8. There is no s's anywhere, so they have to stay in the numerator. But there are t's both in the numerator and the denominator. So what I'm going to do is use this rule where I take this exponent and subtract this one, so I have t to the second. Now that's going to end up in the numerator. And I could just kind of center this 54 to make it look a little bit better. But my final answer here is s to the third times t to the second divided by 54. As you do more of these, you'll learn that you can simplify your numbers ahead of time to make your multiplication a little less.